If you're like me and like driving cars with manual transmissions, there are not that many anymore, especially not in this price point. Welcome to Side Roads Auto. I'm Carlos, and we are driving the 2026 Mazda 3 Sport Hatchback with a manual transmission. The 2026 Mazda 3 comes with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that produces 186 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It is front-wheel drive only, but this one is special because it comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. Fuel economy for the Mazda 3 with the manual transmission is 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers highway, which is 25 mpg city and 34 mpg highway. The Mazda 3 comes with all the driver and safety features that you should expect on this segment. So the Mazda 3 is a compact vehicle, obviously. In this case, a hatchback, but it's also manual, at least the one that we are driving today. So I split the competition. Let's start with the hatchback. Competes with vehicles like the Honda Civic hatchback, the Kia K4, and the Toyota Corolla hatchback. And if you can see, they are close enough, but the Mazda 3 has an advantage in power. Then we have the manual compact vehicles that you can find in the market. And in this case, I'm putting the Mazda 3 against vehicles like the Acura Integra and the Civic Si. So those has a little bit of an advantage in power, but not that much. This one is premium and fun to drive. So let's talk about the price. You can only have the Mazda 3 with a manual transmission in the GT trim in Canada and the 2.5S Premium in the US. The price in Canada starts around the 37,000 Canadian dollars, and in the US the price is around 32,000 US dollars. So the cabin on the Mazda 3 Sport or Hatchback is very nice. The materials are all soft and high quality, very nicely put together, especially for the class. The support points are very comfortable, one of the most comfortable I ever experienced for the channel. We have two memory seats for two different drivers, and all windows are one touch up and down. The steering wheel comes wrapped in leather and is heated. Remember, we are in GT trim for Canada and 2.5S premium trim in the US. So this is one of the top trims. The seats are also heated, and I find them really comfortable, and the seat fits me really well, and I love the driving position. Is perfect for me. It's very sporty. I like it. The whole cockpit is driver focus. You sit here and you feel that the whole car is ready for you and ready to fulfill your needs. Everything is at reach. The ergonomics here are excellent. Then we have a 7 inches digital portion on the displays. There are analog instruments there, and then the middle portion is digital, and you can configure that a little and change the information that you are showing there from the car. This is good. I like this setup here. It's clear to use and very simple but very nice. And then we have a 10.25 inches screen here for your infotainment screen. And this is for this trim. I think there are smaller screens for lower trims. It is controlled by this rolling knob, which is typical of Mazda and responds really well. It's color, and you can have it touch if you use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is included, and wireless. It also has Alexa integration.
I'm having trouble connecting.
For assistance, so you can use it to control some of the functions of the car. We also have a 360 camera that is really good, really clear, and especially has a wide angle. So if you are backing up your driveway, you can see a lot what is happening far coming your way. It's very good and safe, especially for kids in your neighborhood. So the materials, this is wrapped in leather here and has contrast stitching in a soft tone, but you can still see it. This part is really soft. We have this chrome portion here that integrates with the air conditioning controls. Is really nice. This car has been on the market for a while now, but it still feels current and nice and elegant and especially premium, and I really like that. The air conditioning controls are here separated from the screen. I like that, and are easy to use, of course. We have a wireless charger here for your phone, 2 cup holders, the rotary knob to control the infotainment screen. You have some shortcuts here, and you also have a volume knob here. The center console is in the average size, I would say, and the glove box seems to be generous too. We have a regular sunroof here. I like this cabin. I'm a fan of the Mazda 3, especially while driving. It just feels so nice and so premium. I think this car was conceived to compete with another level of cars and segments. I think this was the first introduction of Mazda trying to go up market, and you can tell here, yes, the competition has been updating all their cars, and now you have screens and all that, so it's a pretty good segment to be in, hard to compete. I still think the Mazda 3 has a charming here in the cabin to, pull you in and get one. I do fit behind myself based on my driving position. Barely, my knees are touching here. My height is clear, but it's also almost there. The seats I find really comfortable, and we have an armrest here with 2 cup holder. The seats can be folded 60-40. It is tight, and in the segment you will find more space in other hatchbacks especially, but I still fit, and I find it good enough. The trunk also practical, is also on the smaller side comparing to the segment, and the practicality is by being a hatchback you can fold the seats and then you get all that extra space. I still really like the Mazda 3, and being in this cabin and driving this car has been really great. The driving experience of the Mazda 3 hatchback with the manual transmission has been much better than what I was expecting. And I have driven the Mazda 3 in a sedan form with a turbo engine. Please watch those videos. And of course, first of all, I'm a fan of the Mazda brand, and I'm always been a fan of the Mazda 3 and the way that it drives. So all that is here, but there is something special about this car. Of course, I also love to drive manual, but historically a manual vehicle is either a sport car, high-end, super expensive, or the cheapest version on the lineup or something like that, a cheap car. It's not the case here, and I think the combination of all those elements, it has been the reason why I feel so special, and driving this car feels so unique and nice. Really, really well done by Mazda. So let's start with the cabin. It's very well insulated. Like in the highway where I am right now, I have told you before, the roads that I drive on are not the greatest, so the cars are more noisy than in other parts, I guess, and in other roads. And here, the Mazda 3 managed to avoid all that, and better than any other car on this segment that I have driven, at least. So that's good there. Super quiet. It makes it so premium and so unbelievable that a car of this size and this segment, you can feel that you are in something so expensive. So that's good. The suspension is on the firm side, which I like. It makes it so sporty. It feels planted and connected to the road and easy to drive. You feel safe driving it, but never uncomfortable. I think the seats are comfortable, and the suspension is to the point. It's almost at the perfect balance between firm but still comfortable. So I like that. I like firm suspensions, but it also managed to isolate the vehicle from the imperfections from the road really, really well. That there is no vibration of any kind here so far this week, at least, even by being a little bit firm. So I like that. Like my own car vibrates a lot more than this one. So very nice. Yes, you can find more soft and different suspension settings in the segment. I think this makes the Mazda 3 even more special. And it's said to have and supposed to be a fun to drive car, and of course it is, and I'm in love with it. I want one. So it's good. I like it. It still feels premium. If you have seen my videos of the Volvo vehicles, I always say that the engineering feels where the money is going to. Somehow I'm feeling that here too, which is incredible for this segment too. The steering is really nice too. I find it direct and quick. It is not too heavy, not too soft. It's a little bit loose in the center point, I would say, and then engage, but it's nice. It's nice to drive. You also feel safe and in control. I have seen and heard some reviews where they complain on the ratio of the steering comparing to the old Mazda 3. Yeah, maybe, but doesn't take away from the driving experience and the driving enjoyment, in my humble opinion. So I like it too. The brakes are good too. They feel powerful enough to stop this car, and they have been responding well. I find them a little bit long. I don't know if that is a description in English, but it's just I press them and then I have to press hard until the car stops. It's a matter of getting used to it because my brakes are so different than this, and you know, something to notice there, but nothing. It's not a deal breaker or anything. They are just long. It's the only way that I can explain the sensation. Then we have visibility, which is a small vehicle. It's a hatchback. It's good in here. The windshield is good. The windows are tall enough, although the belt line here is pretty high. So it's nice because you feel like you are wrapped around by the vehicle. But if you are not a tall person, this may be an issue, and especially the back windows, which are small, and also because of the design of the car, they go up like that. If you have small children, I'm not so sure that's a place for them to be. And the blind spot is massive, like the biggest ever. And I think that's also because of the unique design and exterior design of this particular Mazda 3 hatchback generation. So that's there. The back window is big enough. I have plenty of visibility of the highway on my back all the time, so that is good. The mirrors have a good size too. You have blind spot monitoring there. The 360 camera is really good. So it's easy to drive. It's a compact vehicle, it's fine. Then we have, I already said that the seats are really comfortable, I think. Well, one of the most special things about this car is the manual transmission. This is a 6-speed manual transmission, and the engagement is really nice. It feels mechanical, it's short enough, feels sporty, it's very well positioned here in the cabin, it's high and short, really, really nice, and super nice to use and drive around, and it's soft enough, but it's not loose. It's really, really nice manual transmission for a day-to-day living and that type of stuff. It's really good. Also, the clutch is really soft, so has been really easy to drive. There is no tire. I use it in the highway, I use it in the city. I'm not tired. I don't feel any, the car is not fighting with me, and I don't have to put a lot of energy or pressure on any of the controls. Really relaxing to drive, even though it's a manual car. But the most important part is this is a premium feeling manual vehicle, which is not that common. And they are dying, they are disappearing. So if you like manual vehicles and you don't want to break the bank and you want something that looks cool, at least to my eyes, and it's fun to drive and it's super premium feeling driving and living with it, run and get a Mazda 3 before Mazda changes this, because I don't know what is happening with the Mazda 3. Then we have the engine. The engine is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and produces 186 or 87 horsepower and the same amount of torque, which is above the regular engines on the class. typically they are around the 150 unless you get to the turbo options or the hybrids or things like that. So it's good. In this particular application, I find it super good. It's peppy, it reacts immediately, there is no lag here because there is no turbo, so it's really nice to drive. I think you will have a blast driving this. It's not going to, you know, hit your head against the headrest or anything, but is peppy enough and fast enough and has enough power to move this vehicle and to allow you to have some fun, but also really easy and relaxed when you want it to be. So it's very well balanced in that sense. The driving of this vehicle, the combination of those elements, it makes it so smooth, by the way. It's so comfortable, so smooth, it feels so premium. To me, this car was developed to compete directly with the entry-level BMWs and Mercedes of the world. You know, they were trying to go after the European market. I'm 100% sure, because you sit here and you feel that you are in something special and in something expensive and something premium. And I love that. And in this class, even more. So now, of course, you know, all these cars in this class have been improving and improving. The newer ones are crazy nice with all this technology and all this stuff. Hey, do they feel this premium? To a certain level, and considering some elements, yes. If you find screens a premium thing to have, yes. But the driving, the materials, the combination of everything, maybe not this premium. And then I also drove for the channel the Mercedes-Benz CLA. Watch that video too. And of course it's premium, it's a Mercedes, it's an entry level. I can tell you, you drive this car back to back to that one and you may choose this one. There's something about it. It was a first vehicle and product from Mazda to present what they were trying to do now and go up market, and it has been this interior design language has been replied in the Mazda CX-9, CX-70, the CX-5 kind of previous generation, and the CX-50. I don't know where they are going now. I heard and seen some things about the new CX-5 that I'm driving soon, so we'll see. But if this is what Mazda wants to continue doing, I hope they bring a new Mazda3, which is an improvement over this, which will be really hard to do. And if not, as I said before, you like driving manual vehicles, you like premium, you don't want to break the bank, you have something that is somehow unique, run and get a Mazda3, this one, the manual hatchback, so you don't miss out, because maybe it won't stay around for too long. I love this car, I want one.